Koski reports!
Greetings, Echo Cluster. This is Commander Koski reporting live from the Mega Arena. This turn we have plenty of action on the star map, as you can see. And today's episode will be going through events via those combats, because many of them are some extremely rare things to happen in Planets games and really interesting stuff. For example, when we start, well, this was not news. Megabase is again taking hit both from Black Lung and Will-O-Wisp this turn. But this was amazing. Deep in the nebula, we have Fury the Renatras having his homeworld here attack and invaded on turn 8 by the evil Empire. Think about that. Fury getting headshot by the evil Empire. Well, Sovereign is a pretty good player and extremely good, especially when he's playing the evil Empire, so that doesn't surprise me at all. But how he attacked was he first used gunboats, Route 30 gunboats, which are quite nasty little buggers. But what also made it more possible for this combat to happen was that Renatras did something you should never do. He had built his T-90B Nefarious class destroyers with only one beam. It doesn't matter if it's laser, preferably at least plasma bolts, but you should always build it with full beams. Because, for example, here, this Nefarious would have taken this gunboat out. And then also that Nefarious could have shot quite a many fighters from the Gobi that followed. Instead, the gunboats did short work of all the ships at Renatra's homeworld. All kinds of nice ships like Armored Ore Condenser and stuff like that. But it was really cool to see the huge Gobi which came at the end facing this starbase. Like in these 3D combat animations, the starbases are really big, but that Gobi is a lot bigger. It's huge. Compare it to those fighters and everything. That's amazingly cool. But this was excellent work by Sovereign. Sorry, Renatras, you've been bested here. There wasn't much to be done, but something that he could have done is, of course, try to colonize enough planets and get enough visibility so that the enemy can surprise you in the nebula, via the nebula. And another thing is to have enough beams on the ships to be able to shoot the fighters so that the starbase can take out the invading carrier. That's actually in the very early game the only way to kill the Gobi is to get the fighters out from it, and after that you could start to do damage to it with double beams. But alright, this was the Will-O-Wisp's turn to beat Megabase to pulp, and this was extremely interesting and cool. Like we saw last turn, that one ground assault by the Horvath ships revealed us that Brizio's Dead Specula class frigate was there ready near Brizio's homeworld. But this turn, the Fury, two different Fury, Drexion and Tom Graves, hit both simultaneously at the homeworld of Brizio, the Northern Scallywag, who has been annoying his neighbors by jumping around with hyperjump ships. And this turn he got a proper beating from his neighbors, Tom Crane and Trexio, who on turn 8 made a combined co-op headshot together to Brizio's starbase at the homeworld and took it out. It was a close call, but this is something I haven't seen very often, if ever, two players doing an early headshot together to a planet. Brizio was able to build a rush on this same turn. Maybe if he would have set it the planet to unload, refuel the starbase mission to refuel, it might have put some fuel into this rush, and it could have taken on with just beams, but that could have been enough to destroy at least another one of these. But the idea of joint headshotting a neighbor is actually a pretty ingenious one, because often when you go for a headshot in a game, it's a risk you take with the cost of your early economy, how to build before the ship limit is hit. But if you share the cost, you both send half the ships to kill the guy between you. It's not that big strain for your economy. So that's pretty interesting idea. But here we saw two things not seen before, like Evil Empire headshotting Fury, two Furies joining together to headshot coordinated attack a neighbor in early attack. I last turn the Fury gave a joint declaration of kind of alliance in this sector, that if you attack one Fury, you attack all of them. And I thought that was just some fancy semantics and role play, but this actually is pretty good proof that maybe there's more to it behind it, because they attacked the Fury, the Griffin. Brizio attacked his planet earlier, and he's been nasty for Trexion and Tom Graves, so maybe the Furies in the north will be a factor, serious factor in this game. And this was also interesting, as Vindicator pointed out in the comments of my previous video, perhaps these are not friendly farms going to Chrome's area. Maybe Bram is not that friendly neighborhood Horwasp. Maybe he's sending amorphous natives to pollute these planets. That could be a nasty move, and quite likely even. And in other news, there was third starbase taken out. This came completely out of the blue for me. I haven't paid attention. Don't lost headshot Big Boomer Boss's starbase with the Virgo. So at least three starbases were destroyed, homeworlds were destroyed this turn. And also here, as I was thinking, there were Morgan's Wolfpack underneath that rush. So it looks like this rush will belong to Morgan's pretty soon. But because we've had so much combat in this game, we might actually hit the ship limit later than what I expected. You see, well, we are past half the ship limit, but we built only about something over 40 ships this turn combined, and we are losing starbases, in total some homeworlds, so less ships. There's a potential of less ships each turn. You see, when I've been playing this league season, 3 standard games, league standards, those games with 180 planets. And I've been quite surprised that there the most efficient strategy seems to be to build economy and ships and have good fleet and attack after ship limit. And I was expecting something similar to happen here, but a lot of what we see here is maybe a step more towards blitzes than uh, those standard games. This is not entirely blitz and not entirely dogfight, but maybe between a dogfight and a standard map. But anyway, this was an exciting turn with lots of exciting action. Let's see what happens next turn, and remember that, hey, Megarena!